Here we are in Rome at the bottom of the Spanish Steps.
Thank you for always being so kind. Hopefully.
Who's not? Who's a to you?
Not a
I'll take
person.
them down.
Not a
Is
single,
it Tom?
I'm very,
Is it Tom?
I don't know.
I'll take him.
I'm gonna call him. And we could go to the prom again.
Together. Yeah.
Look at us. We cute as hell. Look at us. Ah! My man! Damn good to see you, sir. So it's now the moment we tell the entire world that you're playing me in a biopic.
I would be honored.
Our mission, should we choose to accept it, come to Rome, Italy, hang out at the world premiere of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 at the bottom of the gorgeous Spanish Steps, and yeah, add it to my incredible collection of Tom Cruise interviews. That is exactly what we're doing today. Thank you so much for clicking on my interviews. I hope you enjoy them. As always, do me a favor, go to the bottom, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications. I'm going to be chatting with the entire cast and more cast to come over the coming weeks, months, and years, and I want you guys along for the ride. But for now, enjoy my interview with the stars of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
And damn good to see you, sir, since I was a kid. My passport is full because of you, sir. Damn good to see you again. Thank you for always having me. I really do appreciate you.
Look at this.
Please.
Here we are in Rome at the bottom of the Spanish Steps.
And I'm here
Thank
because of you.
Thank you. And it's beautiful to be here because what we went through to get it, and to have this moment to see this cast be able to experience it, and to be able to finally share Mission Impossible with audiences in theaters and the big screen. I'm very excited about it. And it is something, it's like when you watch this movie and you saw it, when you got to see it in Dolby with Atmos, and that's the way that these films are supposed to be seen, a community experience. And that's how we made it, to make it something that is absolutely immersive for an audience. So that's why it's like I've never taken for granted, what I get to do, and to be able to share it with audiences. I make it for audiences. So I'm very happy you're here and very excited about tonight.
Yes, when you do these stunts, you're not doing them because they're cool. You're doing them because they're an integral part of the story. Ethan Hunt has to do these things for the mission to be successful. What is the process of not just coming up with a stunt, but making sure that it makes sense in the process of a Mission Impossible story?
That's what we do. I also do it because it's cool.
It's damn cool,
fun
sir.
To do. They're very fun to do. Can be a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, we want a story. We want that story there, and to invest the audience so they're not just watching a stunt, but they're invested with that character and that character journey.
Yeah, and but what's amazing is I know that you prepare, and I know that you are cautious, not careful. I know that you're capable when you do these things, but has there been a stunt? Competent. Competent.
I worked for competence in everything I do.
Well, you're standing here, so it worked out
everything
well
I
for
do,
you.
yes.
But has there ever been a stunt where maybe halfway through, right after takeoff, you thought, oh shit, this is scarier than I thought it was going to be?
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
Yes. There's moments where you're like, okay, this is happening. There's always that moment. You prepare for it, but it's happening. The thing is that I just don't mind.
Yeah. I'm going to cut you loose, but I just want to say, since I was 18, you've had me along for the ride, sir, and it's an honor of a lifetime. it's not lost on me. I just want you to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Can I grab a quick picture with you?
Sure. And enjoy yourself here.
Oh, I am.
Are you actually wearing sunglasses and I'm not? There's no sun. You put those right back on.
I look so much. They look good? They look good?
Yeah.
Well, all four of my questions are, do I look good? That's really all I got.
Ridiculously good. And you look good.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right,
How are you?
I'm doing so well. So damn good to see you. And I told you Silo is a masterpiece, so I just wanted to lead with that.
Oh, really?
Yes, an absolute masterpiece. I just want to start by asking, because I love your character so much, and from the fifth film, I just thought she should have been in this journey all along. What is a scene from the first four movies you wish she could have been in?
I really love the rabbit foot one with Seymour Hoffman, because I love him so much, and I think he's probably one of the. Oh no, he's not one of, because Isa Morales obviously is fantastic, but he was phenomenal.
Absolutely genius.
I did also like, what was the one? Is that the one where Felicity and her eyes crack?
Where it goes like that, yes.
Oh, I love when her eyes go. Blah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's gold.
Bloop.
She's gold.
Love her.
So if Silo has taught us anything, it's that I love whenever you have the opportunity to play a character over multiple episodes and now multiple seasons, so congratulations. If you could have any of your past characters that you've only played one time, but have that kind of time with her, who is a character that you wish you had Silo time with?
Oh.
Is that too big for a red carpet question?
No, we can wing this.
I was going to say Dr. Sleep.
I was going to go with Dr. Sleep. I think I would go because she's quirky and barefoot. You know, a hat.
Yeah, the hat.
Questions, you know, gravity and stuff.
It's gold.
Yeah, I like her. Loose-fitting clothes as well. Much nicer than tight ones.
You know who I love?
Tell me.
You.
Aw.
I'm going to interview you on that. I love you so much. Thank you for always being so kind. Hopefully,
Who's not? Who's a bitch to you?
not a
I'll
single
take them
person.
down.
Not a
Is
single,
it Tom?
No.
Is it Tom?
I don't know.
I'll take him.
You want to call him over?
You know what? I would.
I know you would.
Fantastic.
Good to
so
see you again.
smart.
How are you? Oh, keep going.
Yes.
Make sure we get that on camera. That's really all I need, to be honest with you. Just 4 minutes of nice compliment.
You look
Look at
fantastic.
us.
Suave, debonair.
We look like we could
elegant.
go to prom together.
I know.
Aw.
We'll go to like some Italian funeral.
Well, either one. Both stylish either
Very
way.
glamorous.
Both fantastic, great meals either way. Awesome. Jake Hamilton, Good Day Chicago. I fucking love this movie, so thank you for taking the time. I
thank
appreciate
you.
you. So I've got to say, whenever I watch Grace and Ethan together, I just keep thinking the entire movie, I wish you'd been a part of this ride from the very beginning because you guys are so fantastic. What is an amazing sequence from the first 6 movies you would have loved to have seen Grace be part of?
Oh my goodness. What I love to have seen, I think it's in the first one when he descends into the White Room, right, with Rolf Saxon there.
Where would you be in that moment? Because the whole idea is that he's got to be very quiet and very still. Are you just like hiding in the background?
I think she would have come out of it. She would have opened up a secret panel and be like, "You okay? Do you need anything?
doing good.
You're doing really well. Don't worry. Don't flinch." And I think she would have accidentally made things really difficult for him and had him going like, "Get away."
If anyone could make that work, it's Brian De Palma.
Right.
He could make that sing. Oh my God.
He could make it sing. I mean, the comedy in that scene with the, you know, poisoning his cup with that pen
Yes.
and making him kind of go to the bathroom every 5 seconds is so funny. I think
I
that's
love
what,
that.
This is what there's so much of this in this film as well. The comic
This
timing.
one did have a lot of one in it, which
Yeah.
was like really fantastic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a great chase sequence like is in this film, honestly, whenever I get behind the wheel of a car, it makes me put the gas down just a little bit further.
Yeah.
It makes me a little bit, in the most safe way possible, a little bit more aggressive. Whenever you are finished shooting that sequence, how does it affect what kind of driver you are on a day-to-day basis?
It's a great question because when I was training initially, because my body changed so much, and I'm not just talking about sort of an aesthetic, I'm talking about the energy I had in my body. I was walking down the street, just like was walking my dogs in the park, and someone not close to me just kind of went, "Whoa." And I realized I must have sort of carried myself a bit like, you know, the Terminator, like, "Have you seen this boy?" I was like walking down the street like that. And then I also remember another time, which is, don't worry, this was safe and legal, but I crossed the road through traffic in London, and it was like a traffic jam, and there was kind of a gap, and I just moved, as you would, you know, like you do in New York, but we don't have jaywalking, so it was legal. And out of nowhere, this moped kind of comes up, and I just instinctively just went like that with my hand. And the guy fell over. He didn't hurt himself. He was more like, "Oh," and he sort of fell off it in a very English way. And I went, "Oh God, I'm so sorry. And I just didn't realize my strength. You know, it kept on shifting and changing as the training went on.
You're kind of a badass now.
I know.
That's kind of amazing. Well, that actually perfectly leads into my next question, because I feel like when we hear the phrase Bond girl, a certain type of image, a certain type of woman pops into our brain. But over the course of 7 films, I feel like there's now enough examples to come up with the phrase hunt girl, but it means something completely different. I'm sort of curious, when you hear the phrase hunt girl, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think because Grace is not led with a romantic agenda, so she has her own agency and autonomy, the same way as the White Widow does, same way even as Ilsa does, although obviously there's sexual, you know, romantic chemistry there. And then also you have Pom Klementieff playing Paris, who comes in with a total kind of killer instinct. And so what I love is that you have very distinctive women who are not just an extension of Ethan Hunt's desires. Actually, they're the opposite. They're often kind of creating pressure on him so that
They
he
don't
has
need no
to
man.
pivot. They don't need no man. No, they're fully capable. Unless, you know, they want, you know, nice man wants to cook them a meal one night and rub their feet after a long day killing people, then fine. Or drifting around the streets of Rome. But I think what I've loved as well is that I had the ability to come in and go, you know what, guys, I really want to elevate Grace into not just being one thing. Mm-hmm. She's not something that you quantify as the femme fatale,
Sure.
the ingenue, the, you know, whatever, the ice queen. She's nuanced in a way that every human being on the planet is. You
Love
know,
that.
she is varied.
Love that. By any chance, can you do any of the sleight of hand stuff? Do you have any of that, or was it more CGI than I want it to be?
No CGI.
Okay.
No, not at all. But it took me so much kind of focus. working with a sleight of hand master, and it was about 3 years ago that I last did it. So
So you still got it, but we're going to choose not to do it today.
Yeah.
We choose
You
not
just
to.
might want to check your pockets once you've left the room. I can't guarantee that you'll still have what you came in.
Well, I'll see you at the Italian funeral.
I
later.
will
I'll
see
get
you
it
at the
ready.
Italian funeral.
It's so good to
Let's
see you.
hope it's not you
I will see you tomorrow night.
All right,
Seriously,
now.
I fucking
Yeah.
love it.
Good to
So smart.
And we could go to the prom again.
Together. Yes.
Look at us. We cute as hell. Right. All right, so is now the moment we tell the entire world that you're playing me in a biopic?
I would be honored. Your hair's so good, I couldn't possibly.
Honored for you to play me in a biopic.
Okay, it's on. Let's start.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well. It's been a while.
I know. In
think-
person, at least.
Yeah, I think.
These movies.
Oh, thanks.
Dude, oh, sorry. Excellent. Jake Hamilton, Good Day Chicago. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you, man.
I've got a question for you. When you see Tom ride a bike off a mountain,
Yeah.
or you see him hang onto a plane or jump off the Burj Khalifa,
Yeah.
is there at any point you go to Chris and say, can we please write a stunt for Benji? A big, epic, massive. Why not?
Because I tell you why. It's not that I'm averse to kind of trying that kind of stuff because I don't mind doing stunts. I'm happy. I like being in the action a bit. But McHugh is really good at making sure every character has an arc and has a function that is specific to them. Benji is a hacker and he's a kind of a, he's a tech guy. And if you suddenly started Benji doing that stuff, you saw Benji, it would be like, wait a minute, that doesn't ring true, So for me, I get that get out, is that Benji is the guy that guides Ethan to the precipice. He doesn't jump off it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We've got one movie left to go. And if I speak to Mr. McQuarrie, I'm going to say, please give the audience what they want, and we want to see Benji thrown off a mountain.
Okay,
and
fine.
survive.
I'll blame you
happily
if that happens.
And do it. Okay, so I'm a massive Tom Cruise fan, so I
Yeah.
asked this question as a massive Tom Cruise fan, and I hope it comes out like, what is it like to be friends with Tom Cruise? like, do you guys text about movies? Do you watch sports together? Do you give each other a hard time like my buddies and I do? Is it a similar kind of like buddy to buddy kind of just with Tom Cruise?
100%, because as well as being Tom Cruise, he's just Tom Cruise, And it's fun to be his friend. I still, if he texts me or something and I'm with my wife, I'll go, hey, look, he just texted
How is he
me.
in your phone?
I can't tell you in case someone ever finds it.
Okay, so but it's not Tom Cruise.
No,
it's a
no.
code name.
It's a code name.
Oh.
But he relishes his friends. I think that's something that's important to him, and our friendship has grown and evolved over the years, and it's a privilege. It's nice to get to hang out with him and talk about movies or text him. He gets on really well with my daughter. Like they're sort of like buddies, and she really likes it when like she came to see the movie the other night, and Tom immediately says, "Hey, what did you think?" And it's sweet, and I've considered myself lucky to be his pal.
I love that. He's in your phone as Jerry Maguire, isn't he?
Not quite.
I know. Oh, but close. I'm close. So much of this movie is about the choice, and I love that. As fun as the movie is, there's that great theme about that moment where you have to make this life-altering choice of whether you're going this way or this way. I want to put it toward your career. What was the most important moment in your career? The choice that you made, the fork in the road, the watershed moment, where you could have gone that way or that way, but you chose the path that put you in that chair?
Well, I mean, it sounds obvious, and I'm not just saying this because of where we are, but, J.J. Abrams called me in my office. I was writing Hot Fuzz with Edgar Wright, and I got a call to say J.J. Abrams is on the phone. I'm like, with the Alias guy? What does he want, And he literally said, "Hey, Simon, I saw Shaun of the Dead, and I think I really enjoyed it. Would you like to be in Mission Impossible 3? He literally said, your mission, should you choose to accept it.
No way, he said those words?
No, but it was the kind of...
okay.
He
I'm
should have
getting
done,
really
right?
excited. That would have been great.
It was the sentiment, and I kind of thought about it. I was like, should I do this? I'd never been to Hollywood. I didn't know if what it would mean or if I could do it even. And I just sort of said, yes, okay. And that changed my life, because I met JJ, and of course because of JJ I was in Star Trek, and and then I was suddenly found myself in this franchise, and here I am 5 films later. So that was the moment, I think.
But it's so incredible because it's not 5 films later like, oh my God, dude, you're still doing these after 5 films later. It's like, oh my God, like we're still doing these after. I'm gonna cut you loose on this. This particular film includes some of my favorite mask rips of all time.
Yeah.
If I were to walk around for 24 hours with a Simon Pegg mask on, what would my day look like? How would I be treated? What would I be able to do different than I don't do normally?
I probably am going to bore you right now because you would wake up, you would walk the dogs, you would, if it was like a Saturday, say, like a day off, You would hang out in the living room of your house. You might go over to in the little screening room, play Minecraft with your daughter. Then you would watch a movie. Then you go to bed. You probably wouldn't need the mask.
I was like, that sounds like my day, Simon Pegg. But then I'd take out my phone and I'd dial Jerry Maguire.
See who that is.
We both know who that is. Man, I just want to end. They're giving me the wrap. I just want to say you and I have been doing this for a long time.
We have.
I'm just such a massive fan, and it's so cool to meet people that you're a fan of and have them be so kind as you are to
Thanks,
me.
man.
So I just want to say thank you for being so kind to me.
It's always good to see you.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes,
All right, man,
absolutely.
I'll see you there. Thank you very much.
It's Cole Trickle, by the way.
So good to see you again.
So good to see you too.
You know, whenever I'm watching you in this film, I love your character so much, and I love her interaction with Ethan, and it just made me want her to be along for this ride from the very beginning. So thinking about all the great films that have come before, all the great action sequences, what is a scene from the first 6 movies you would have loved to have plugged her in because you know she'd have had a blast in that particular moment?
Oh my god. I think the skydiving scene, the incredible skydiving scene that they shot in, which movie was it?
That was 6, that was Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout, right? Yeah, this one.
Her whipping out the sword.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Do you just like do that with a sword
Yeah.
super slowly?
Yes.
It's so powerful
like
and
plummeting
so
to the
badass.
ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. So much of this movie is about characters being forced to make a choice,
Yeah.
coming to a watershed moment in their life, in their careers. I'm sort of curious for you, what was that moment in your career where you could have gone this way or that way? You had to make a choice, and it's that choice that puts you in that chair right now.
Oh my god. I mean, more than just career, it's when I made the decision to just fly to LA and move to LA, you know, that was kind of crazy because I also could barely speak English, so, you know, and that was 10 years ago.
That's a scary, for anybody, that's a scary
Yeah.
choice to make. But obviously it worked
Yeah.
out pretty well for you.
Yes, it did.
I've got to tell you, this movie, this mission, features some of my favorite mask rips of all time. In the series, it's fantastic. I am curious, if I were to have a mask of you and walk around for 24 hours, what would my day be like? How would I be treated? What's the coolest thing I'd be able to do? What exclusive clubs would I be able to get into? Like, how different would my life be if I were able to walk around with your face?
Oh my god, what would it be? It depends where you are. It depends where you are. I think that people like oftentimes like ask me like, you know, like for when you're in the street and you're like, oh, where is this? Where is this? They ask me for advice. How do you say renseignement in French?
Yeah.
For what?
Directions,
Directions.
yes.
People love to ask for directions.
Really?
It's just like it kind of like pisses
Wait, do
me
they
off.
know who you are whenever they're coming up to ask you?
I don't think so. No.
Really?
No, like some people know who I am and some people have no clue, you
Yeah.
know, because I'm still like hidden behind my antennas.
Sure.
So now it's gonna change with Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
So now maybe they're gonna be scared.
Someone's gonna watch this
and they're
interview
gonna
and
be
go,
like, oh,
I'm-
no. It's the crazy girl with a Humvee
It
trying
is
to
true
kill
because you
me.
hear actors like Anthony Hopkins talks all the time about how people acted differently before and after Hannibal Lecter. I honestly could see fans on the street behaving differently.
I love him. He's amazing. I
Oh,
love
he-
also like his videos of like
Oh my
dancing
God,
and
he's
playing
so
piano.
fun.
He's so funny.
It's so not Hannibal Lecter. I'm
Yeah.
going to cut you loose on a fun one. We know for a fact how Star-Lord and the Guardians feel about Kevin Bacon. But when Kevin Bacon was big in the 80s, Tom Cruise was also very big in the 80s.
Yes.
So how do you feel? I feel like they never talk about Tom Cruise. How do you feel Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians feel about Tom Cruise?
Oh my god, I think they would love him. And I think I think Star-Lord loves Tom Cruise too. Maybe
So the
Yeah.
next Christmas special,
oh my
are
god,
we
I'm like just
kidnapping
like
Tom
mixing
Cruise?
up all the characters. It's like it's too confusing.
It's true, all the multiverses and
I'm
everything.
like-
But next Christmas special, kidnapping Tom Cruise,
Yes, I asked him already.
and he said,
I don't know. But I don't know. I need to ask him again.
"Okay, well,
You
let me know. I'm talking
I just
tomorrow
have
night."
to persuade him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it though.
Not with that attitude.
Can you help me?
I got you. I got you. Seriously, I love talking with you. You're absolutely fantastic. I know you had a
Thank you
busy day,
so
so thank you for
much.
fitting me in. I appreciate it. You're fantastic. So good to see you.
So good to see you too.
Ah, my man.
How you doing?
Damn good to see you, sir.
Pretty good.
Listen, I knew you were gonna be here.
And he came, and he's representing.
Representing
There we
Chicago,
go.
baby.
There we go.
Listen, I don't want to offend you with this question.
You might, but okay, we'll go.
Top Gun Maverick,
Uh-huh.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Uh-huh.
When are you gonna do the big one? When are you gonna do something that people are gonna go see?
Honestly, at this rate, Probably never.
Never, you know.
Probably never.
You gotta stop making these small independent films and do something with your life, man.
It's kind of my thing. I'm sorry. That's just what I do. My bad.
All right.
My man, good to see you. How are you? Congratulations. Thank you, buddy. So good to see you. Guys, I fucking love this movie. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you. I'm sorry that last Tom Cruise movie didn't work out well for you, man.
You try again.
They can't all be hits.
Dust yourself off and try again.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. Awesome. Jake Hamilton, good day, Chicago. Guys, good to see you both again.
Good to see you.
You know, whenever I was watching you guys and your characters interact with Ethan, I just kept thinking about how I wish you had been along for this ride the entire journey. So thinking about all the other great scenes from the past 6 films, which scene would you love to see your characters sort of plugged into to see how that interaction would go?
I would love to see, like, if we're chasing Ethan and he's like on the wall in the Burj Khalifa, I would love to see us have to go, like, Briggs is like, come on, we got to go out there. And I'm like, what? And he's like dangling, and we're dangling, trying to catch Ethan. I would love to see that happen.
I would have loved to have, when he held onto the side of a plane, when he took off, if I go, Degas, there's another plane waiting for us, and we both got to hang on to that one. I would have loved that.
I would draw the line at
I
some
love
point.
that you're plugging yourself into the stunts. Like, not just like, oh, look, there he is. Like, you guys are along for the ride. That's fantastic. So it goes without saying you have now starred across from 2 of the most iconic Tom Cruise characters of all time, being both Maverick and Ethan Hunt. I'm sort of curious, what is, I guess, the commonality between the 2 experiences, but more importantly, what is the biggest difference between seeing him and looking in his eyes and seeing one day Maverick and one day Ethan Hunt?
You know, he's the same person from set to set, and that's just a great actor, a great leader, a great producer, great, you know, everything with it, and he's very, very intense. But the differences are how these films are made. With Top Gun, we were kind of restricted with the military schedule and what we can do, whereas Mission, it was like him and McHugh's playground. They can do whatever they want. Anything you think it, you can achieve it. That's what it was almost. And it's pretty cool to sit there and see. It was awesome to see Maverick come to life. But it was even cooler to see this like the very first day of set when I went to go watch Tom film. Ethan Hunt is up there on the bridge and on the rocks, and Benji is doing a dialogue, and I'm like, gosh, this is like Ethan Hunt and Benji going back and forth.
It's not Simon and Tom. It's
yeah,
Ethan
they
and
were
Benji.
in that character.
Awesome.
I was like, this is awesome.
All right, so I want you guys to sort of settle a debate, a nerdy debate that my friends and I have, because we watch these incredible stunts that he does, and as an audience, we go, holy shit, like that is awesome. That's the coolest thing. Does Ethan Hunt think what he's doing is cool? Like, do you think when he lands the bike, when every mission's over, do you think he ever looks back and goes, that was pretty fucking cool?
Yeah, I mean, it taps into the reason that these are so great. Ethan Hunt is a regular human. You know, he's a human being. He bleeds when he's cutting, and he's vulnerable. So yeah, I think there's a part of it that you do feel that, and then that we can relate to him. You know what I mean? If you think that he's just always going to be all right, I don't think it's as good. But I think that's the key to Mission Impossible.
I don't think he's like, wow, that was cool. I think he was like, wow, did I do that? That's what I think he feels, yeah.
There's almost a look in his eyes, whether he's jumping off the Burj Khalifa or hanging onto the plane or jumping the bike off, where it almost says, oh, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now let's...
You love to see the realism like you talked about. Like, whoa, I did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
But and think about all these stunts. There's one commonality. There's only one person that can do it. You know, there's not, and also be a great actor at the same time. You know, and he's both. And no one else is going to do this jump. No one else is going to climb that, Khalifa, so.
I was walking around Chicago because I walk everywhere in Chicago the other day, and I had my AirPods in like everybody, and I've got music on shuffle, and no joke, I'm not making this up, the Mission theme came on. And there's something about what it does to you. It just puts a little bit of pep in your step. Maybe you're a little bit more anxious to cross the street in a dangerous way. You're willing to do a little bit more. What is a moment in your life you would love to see set to the Mission Impossible theme?
I'm going to give you a little secret about him. Whenever he's having a bad day, he plugs and he turns it on, and he immediately turns around his day.
Please tell me that's a true story.
This is just between the three of us.
Okay.
And whoever else watches this. But yeah, it does put a little pep in your step. I agree with that. That's why I'm like, yo, yeah, I feel like you can do anything. Yeah.
You can do anything. I want to see Shay walking around. I want to see the Mission theme pumped into your ears.
Listen, next time I'm having a bad day, it's coming on, man. It's on my iTunes.
That's every day, man. It's gonna be on repeat.
Guys, guys, if you can't tell, I'm so fucking jacked up. This is a huge deal to be here and to be a part of these things, man. So I know you have an insanely busy schedule, so it means a lot to me that you fit me in. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, appreciate you. Pleasure seeing you. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Always, sir. Thank you very much.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.